Hey, how's it going today? I've been wiring up some switches and lights and stuff, and I just thought that'd be a good thing to show you about some switches. First thing, always make sure that the power's cut off, because you don't, even though it's 110 and you might get chopped by it 100 times, it won't hurt you. It has the potential to kill you, okay? So I'm gonna put these switches in. Always make sure that you got it oriented like that when you screw it into the box, or else it's gonna say on when it's off and on, you know what I mean? So there's an up and down to it, okay? All you got is two poles over here in your ground. You gotta think of electricity as being like a racetrack, okay? All it does is goes around in a circle coming from your panel box, okay? And what this switch does, how it turns the lights off, is all you gotta think about is it's intercepting the racetrack. It won't let that racetrack continue until you turn it up and on, that it connects that circuit together and it makes that path for electricity to flow through. Look up in here. This here, there's only one lead in there that's got power coming into it, that one. If you look up in there, all the white leads are all tied together. They're all the neutrals. So what we're going to do is we're just going to distribute that current around into these switches, and then with all the neutrals tied together, whenever this turns on, it's going to make the power go through it, okay? So, I have my clippers on. So what you do is just put your ground on there. Take your strippers, that tool I showed you the other day, strip it down. You want to make sure that these get real good and tight, man. You don't want them shorting out and stuff like that. Any wires, you want to make sure you got good tight, okay? Now that's the way it goes in there. If you could read that, it would say on and off and stuff. So I'm taking my power, I'm gonna put it to this bottom one here. Get my strippers. Yeah, I said it was. Sometimes you gotta pull on that just right where you can get a hold of it. There you go. Bend it in like that, tighten it down. It ain't too real hard to put a switch in there. And then this here's to this light circuit above me, okay? So I'm just connecting it to it, even though it's black, see? All it's gonna do is actually send the power up there, and it's gonna come back, and the whites are all tied together back to that panel, and that completes the circuit. So that'll let the light go on whenever the switch is thrown. Okay. So that one there is ready to go. I always like to push them back in there and get them kind of close, because sometimes they're hard to move around there, especially if you get 4 or 5 of them in a row. And then I'll take and pull it out. Now you say, well, there's only one wire here, right? Well, that's the neat thing about these is it makes it convenient. What I've done is I've made this little jumper up here. This is a little bit long right here. It's supposed to have 1/2 inch on one end and 3/4 on the other. But what this switch you can do with it, there's a little slot back here. Now see, that's where my power is coming in. It can pull the power off there. And then look, see, I've got my other power from my other switch right there. This switch doesn't have to be on for that power coming in to be sent over to the other switch, see? And all it does is making that circuit, okay? So I got my power coming in here. And I'm just hooking it up. Bending the wire with my strippers. Bending my wire with my strippers. Tighten them up. Make sure you always tighten these things up. You'll have something not working, and it'll be something as simple as just not screwing these down real good. That's usually what it is, you know, once you've got in the habit of how to wire something. It's just stupid little things like wires coming undone, or wires never getting threaded into the wire nuts or whatever. But once you get them like that, all you gotta do is get them lined up like that. Screw them into your box, put your faceplate on,